It's 5:17. Kim Dotcom's attempts to gag his former staff he owes money to has failed. The internet mogul got an injunction yesterday to stop his former bodyguard speaking about him. But today, a recorded conversation supposedly with Kim Dotcom and another security guard formerly employed by him has been posted online by whale oil blogger Cam Slater. We have exclusive access to that recording and the background to Dotcom's supposed threats against the workers he owes money to. Here's what he says.
Anyone who's doing anything to harm my family will get the full wrath of my legal capabilities with my legal team. I'm going to destroy anybody who's trying to harm my family.
Cam Slater is with me. Hi, Cam.
Hi, Larry.
Can you give us some context? What specifically does this relate to? Employees owed money by Dotcom. What, a lot of money?
Yes, it's about 4 or 5 employees that were security guards, the guys that looked after the gates, escorted people up the driveway, those sorts of people. They stuck by Kim Dotcom after the raid. They were promised that even though they were now working twice as many hours or more than twice as many hours, sometimes up to 90 hours a week, that for no extra pay, that extra pay would be classed as back pay, and that if they stuck with them, then, as Kim Dotcom says in his own words, when I'm back on top, you'll be paid that money. It's gone on for months and months and months, and finally came to a head, and some time ago they walked off the premises.
Were they underpaid?
Yes. When you look at the hours that they worked and what they were paid, pretty much they were working on about $8 an hour, which is substantially under the minimum wage laws that we have in New Zealand. So this is a pretty serious employment breach that we've got here. And then on top of that, these poor buggers are getting threats, down the telephone, saying that if you dare challenge that, then, in his own words, you will suffer the full wrath of his legal capabilities. And we've seen what that is, what that entails, when yesterday he went and got an interim injunction and slapped a gagging order on Wayne Tempero.
What, he's trying to find out who leaked the tape, is he?
Well, he can try and find out all he likes. I'm not telling who my sources are. He knows who he's spoken to. But I can categorically assure everybody that Wayne Tempero is not one of my sources for this story, and he certainly didn't give me the tape.
So we have security guards looking at legal avenues to get money owed, and then we enter Mr. Dotcom's response, which is a legal threat, right? Yes,
basically a legal threat. I'm told by other sources that have come forward to me that this is sort of normal behaviour whenever you try and approach him for wages or contractual payments or outstanding debts, that you get the bully boy attitude and the threats start flowing.
How is Dotcom funding his lifestyle?
Well, my understanding is that he's substantially, via his wife, who's the shareholder, sold down large amounts of shares in Mega, and that's been funding his lifestyle. But this is the problem these boys face. They're taking one for the team. They're on half pay, basically, for the hours that they're working. And they're watching this guy lead a lavish lifestyle with helicopters, going down to Hooker Lodge, and that's another story in its own right, which will come out eventually. But he's living this lavish lifestyle. He's, I've been told from reputable sources that he spent $500,000 on rhythm and vines. He's spent around $2 million in the studios and with artists on preparing his album. And these guys that are barely earning above the minimum wage if they were paid properly, and severely under the minimum wage, are just being left in the lurch. And it's not just these security guards. There's other workers as well from the Philippines who have been ripped off. And we're talking tens of thousands of dollars.
We have these politicians running up to Dotcom and giving them a big cuddle, perceived deals, Mr. Norman indicating that he wouldn't extradite him, he'd block extradition. Here's a guy then who is underpaying staff. If this was a corporate company, these same MPs would be vilifying them.
Well, if you look at David Cunliffe as Chief of Staff as a former union boss, Be interested to see what Claire Curran, who visited twice to the mansion, David Cunliffe have got to say about the treatment of workers. Russell Norman, definitely. Winston Peters has been out there 3 times, and yesterday I revealed that Mana leader, Hone Harawira, is involved in trying to cut a deal with them. So all the way through, I've released this information. I've been putting it out there. Some of it's been picked up, some of it hasn't. But the facts have never been in dispute. Every single piece of information that I've released about Kim Dotcom has proven to be true, and this is another one.
Thank you for coming on the program. That is Cam Slater, whale oil